I'm really tired. I just filmed a video to find out that my microphone wasn't on. That's classic, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know why I'm filming a video. I'm procrastinating a little bit. I just finished a book for class. It's so exhausting doing the same video twice. I just finished a book for class. Um and I had like another reading that I'm an English and theology major. I had another reading that I had to do. And I just found out that the font is like so freaking so small. Like we're talking like 10, like so tiny. Just like as you can see, there's maps and stuff in here, but I'm just like, what the fuck? Um, so I'm exhausted and I'm procrastinating doing that. But this morning I had a bit of a formal thought piece that I jotted down that I was going to share because it is with I was thinking of like a list of books. There's 5 total. That all share a common trait that I keep returning to in times like these where I'm like overwhelmed with school and the state of the world. Um, and they just provide me with a particular kind of comfort. So I wrote down a little like thought about this. So I'm going to read that and then I'll tell you the 5 books and you should read them because I don't know. Listen to my pitch, see if you want to. Okay. These are books that leave no room for imposing self consciousness or interpretation. These books are utterly and completely of their time and remarkable and poignant in a remarkable and poignant snapshot of a trend of thinking and a respite from the mentalities of today that generally get me down. Times are pretty rough, and these books are so utterly distant from the currents of today that the styles of writing alone feel utopian. These books are. I'm going to read a little bit, like a little passage from each one. The first passage. Some of them you'll recognize because they're very popular. Um, but all of them kind of take this style of writing that it's so not self-conscious, like it's so like unapologetic, to the point, no room for interpretation. It's really refreshing. So yeah, I think it's kind of utopian. Um, I've re-enrolled in school, and I'm submerged once more in competitive academic mindsets. It's a relief for me to return to books that require no explanation or philosophical defending. These books are great. They are what they are, and they're epic. I think it's important to note that I do not view the consumption of these books as any kind of regression in thinking. They more act as a band aid on the wound of nostalgia and homesickness that festers increasingly in tandem with the poison of this fucking country. But no one should be made to defend their comfort. We all need it. So please enjoy this list. Please read them. You're gonna roll your eyes. But I mean it. These are good books, okay? And they're important. Starting with 50 Shades of Grey. You probably know what this book is about. And I think it is the perfect example, perfect snapshot, most pigmented, like stylistic representation of what books were doing and like for the people for a particular crowd. But like it's so refreshing. For chapter 1, I scowl in frustration at my reflection in the mirror. Damn my hair. It just won't behave, and damn Catherine Kavanaugh for being ill and subjecting me to this ordeal. I should be studying for my exams, which are next week, and I am trying to brush my hair. Yet here I am trying to brush my hair into submission. Yeah, girl, same. Like, it's so like. Next, we have Twilight. Same fucking deal. They're basically the same. It's the exact same thing. I've never given much thought to how I would die, though I had reason enough in the last few months, but even if I had, I would not have imagined it like this. Great stuff. Great stuff. Next, we have the only book on this list written by a man, Pulse by Patrick Carman. This book is actually a part of a trilogy. It's the first in a trilogy. It's dystopian. I found it in middle school, I think, maybe like 5th grade at a Scholastic book fair at my public middle school. Swept me up. Same deal. Skinny jeans, messy bun. Love it. Faith Daniels was sleeping soundly when several things in her room began to move. She was a tall girl with long limbs that extend beyond the bed into the cool air of her bedroom. The first object to move was her blanket. It slowly covered her foot, which had wiggled its way free in the night. I wouldn't necessarily. This is one of the ones on the list that I wouldn't necessarily reread now, but I feel like it falls into this general category of refreshing. The Cupcake Queen by Heather Helper. This one, I think about a lot. There's this one part where she like puts on this faded green t-shirt, and I just think about that green t-shirt all the time. I think it has a hole in the armpit, but I just think about this book all the time. It's about this girl and her relationship with her mom and her grandma. Well, that's what the first half of the book is about. It did the thing in the second half where it's like middle school romance with some random guy, and I'm like, I don't care. But it's really cute at the beginning because she's like running this bakery with her mom, and it's adorable. Love it. The fact that I wasn't surprised when my mother handed me the sheet pan filled with pink frosted cupcakes is possibly more disturbing than the cupcakes themselves. They're pink. I mean pink. Pink cupcake papers, pink cupcakes, pink frosting, pink sprinkles, and now pink rosebuds. It's cute. It's a cute book. Next we have Cake Pop Crush. Same deal with the Scholastic Book Fair. This book I also wouldn't really reread now. It's but it's doing the same thing as the Cupcake Queen, but it doesn't have as much like female relationships, which is what I like to read in a cute little book like this. I want to read about like, I remember the first romance novel I ever read. It was on accident. I just picked up like I didn't even know what they were. I was like 14, and I picked up this, the mass-produced fucking Johns that are like so small. It's really thick. It was called Julia's Chocolates. I might be making that up. But it was just, smut. But there was this part where she's like living with either her aunt or her grandma or something like that. And her grandma's like this hippie, and of course she's got all this trauma, so she's all like uptight and stuff. And then like, it's just so cute. But anyway, back to Cake Pop Crush. This one's adorable. I would recommend it to like a niece or something. Because it's not like, I don't even know if they kiss. Okay, so it's very safe. And it's cute. She bakes, and I think there's even recipes in the book. Maybe I'm tripping. There might be recipes at the back of the book referencing the ones that she makes. I knew I shouldn't be awake. My eyes opened onto a gleaming moon and stars outside my window. I had that topsy-turvy feeling of being out of sync with time. The clock said 4:30 a.m. I shut my eyes and tucked deeper into my covers, but it was no use. My stomach pinched uncomfortably. School was starting again after the 2-week winter break, and my nerves knew it. There's only one cure for that: baking. So yeah, those were my 5 books that I really like and that I need to reread right now because I'm going insane. I hope you liked them. I hope you've read some of them. I hope you read all of them. And I hope you just set yourself a little bit free. Yeah. Okay. Bye.